Donald Trump went full frontal over the weekend. Now, hold on. Before you get disgusted. Yeah, that's Trump. Before you get disgusted, that's not what I mean. Donald Trump launched a full frontal attack on democracy, on the freedom of the press, speaking exactly the way we know authoritarians speak. Listen to this. The New York Times is back to being the enemy of the people.
I think Elon wouldn't do it. I think he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't want to put himself in that position. But if you read what's out of the New York Times, it's such a dishonest newspaper. It's such garbage. It's, it used to be called all the news that's fit to print. Well, it's all the news that's not fit to print. They have fake sources, or they don't have sources. I think they make most of it up. But this was a made-up story by the New York Times. I call it the failing. It's a failing newspaper. It's failing. And they shouldn't do that. They really are the enemy of the people.
They really are the enemy of the people. Nothing says transparency and democracy more than attacking media outlets that you don't like as enemy of the people. And yes, this video of Trump, that nacho cheese glow that he has, that tanning bed look has not been digitally added. That is the way Trump looks. Trump continuing the full frontal attack on press freedom and democracy by saying that MSNBC and CNN soon are going to be turned off.
We do need honest journalism in this. We've made such big strides over the last 2 months, but we just need honest journalism, and we don't have it. When you have a CNN, you have to watch these people every once in a while just to see where they're coming from, and it's so dishonest. MSNBC is, I think, probably worse. And they're both doing horribly in the ratings. I think they're going to be turned off. I don't think they're not doing any ratings. You're doing well in the ratings.
Soon they are going to be turned off, and then more authoritarian, if you can imagine it. Donald Trump asked, do you think that you have the authority to just round people up and deport them without giving them due process and actually giving evidence against them? And Trump goes, not only do we think that that's what the law says, it's what the country needs.
Do you think you have the authority, the power to round up people, deport them, and then you're under no obligation to a court to show the evidence against them?
Well, that's what the law says, and that's what our country needs, because unfortunately, they allowed millions of people to come into our country, totally unvetted, totally unchecked. So you ought to ask, did he have the authority to allow millions of people? Did Biden have the authority?
Right. And of course, when you show up to the house of a woman who's married to a citizen and is in the process of getting her paperwork in order, is that a violent criminal, the likes of which Trump said would be the priority of this administration in rounding people up? No, it is not. And by the way, we'll follow up on that story a little bit later as well. We are going to discuss later this week, how do empires die? And there is a lot of slow creep. And this sort of authoritarianism and disregard for laws historically, I'm not being hyperbolic and predicting the end of the United States. Historically, this sort of slow erosion of democracy is how many an empire and many a democracy have fallen. So we will talk about that. The weather's warming up. It's just about time to start enjoying the outdoors again if you live in a place that has seasons. And it's time for the upgrade you've been thinking of. Our sponsor, Fast Growing Trees, has you covered. It's America's biggest online nursery with thousands of different plants and 2 million happy customers. Fast Growing Trees has all the plants your yard needs, from fruit trees to privacy trees, flowering trees, and shrubs. They make it easy to find whatever fits your climate and your space. Everything's delivered directly to your door in just a few days. You'll get support from trained plant experts on call to help you plan your landscape, choose the right plants, and care for them. I have some beautiful white hydrangeas on the way from Fast Growing Trees right now. They are going to look great. Really looking forward to having them. And right now they have some amazing deals at fastgrowingtrees.com, including up to half off, and my audience gets an additional 15% off when you use the code PACMAN. The link is in the description.